plaintiff, Joseph Bevan, says when he first met the defendant, they started using crystal meth recreationally. Joseph says they eventually became addicted and both went to rehab. And after they sobered up, they decided to get married. However, he's suing his estranged wife today for a car. Defendant Badina Whitman says she and Joseph lost everything as a result of their addiction to crystal meth, and they were even forced to live in their car for 6 months. Badina denies owing Joseph for the car.
We'll start with you.
All right, Your Honor. Well, Badina and I met late 2008. My ex-girlfriend and her were friends. She was with somebody else at the time, but we were all a group of friends, and we would hang out, whatnot. We did use meth and marijuana recreationally by the times we were hanging out.
Never heard of meth being used recreationally. That's highly addictive. Go ahead.
Well, Your Honor, about mid of 2010, my ex-girlfriend and I broke up, and I was single for roughly 6 months. 6 months had passed, and Badina had given me a random phone call asking if I can give her a ride to run a couple errands, which I agreed after work.
Pick up some of that recreational meth.
Right. Go ahead.
After work, I picked up Badina. We ran a couple errands that she was wanting to do, and in that time, she had also revealed to me that she was single. I had a crush on her, but I couldn't directly tell her, so I played a song for her. It was R. Kelly, Keep It on the Down Low, and the reason I played this song was because there was a lot of friends and my ex-girlfriend, and I didn't really want anyone to kind of know what was going on, but she did get the message and she accepted it, and we kind of started a relationship on that. So this was around January of 2012. We started a relationship. We started dating, that night, and she moved into my apartment that night because she had kind of nowhere to go because she had broken up with her boyfriend, and so I allowed her to stay, and we had a relationship.
Were you all doing crystal meth?
We did it recreationally. I'm not saying that we did it every single day, all day long, or anything like that. Maybe like once a week or so. No, Your Honor, it wasn't like that.
Let me hear from you, ma'am. You give me some background, then I'll go back to him.
Well, honestly, yeah, it was kind of a every weekend because we didn't want to go to work, and have people know we were on crystal meth. Honestly, it was embarrassing. But then it did actually turn into an everyday thing. You
don't have to tell me. I know the crystal meth is not a recreational drug. It's like heroin isn't. They are highly addictive. So all
yes,
this, you did it recreationally. You did it recreationally until you got addicted. That's how all of it goes. You don't get addicted the first day. It starts recreationally, and little by little, you have a desire, then you have a dependence on it. Go ahead.
And then, Joseph's job started noticing that, look, he's looking like he's losing weight, he's chattering his teeth, just the signs of, being on meth. Well, they came up to him and UA'd him, drug tested him at his job. Well, the job he worked at was also the landlord of the apartment that I had moved into with him. So we got evicted, and he lost his job same day. So we lost everything due to that drug.
And you all had been together how long at that time?
6 months.
Then where'd you all go?
Our car.
You stayed in the car?
Yes, sir.
How long?
For about a good 6 months. Because that drug literally, honestly, it took everything from us. I have a little girl that I had to drop off at a family member's house every night. So, I couldn't tuck her in. And then eventually, me and Joe were like, look, we got to grow up. Yeah. So me and Joe went to Fremont, Nebraska to a treatment center where my daughter had got to stay with me, and we got clean. Yeah. I've been clean since February 4th.
Yeah. Same as I, Your Honor.
Yep.
I don't know if you're clean or not, because one of the main principles of rehabilitation is that you are doing just like she did. Admit the full extent of your addiction, talk about how it hurt others. You didn't lost your job, you lost your apartment, you're in the car for 6 months. You gave an impression like there was no real effect. I appreciate you being honest, so the people watching will know what the real effect is. All right. So did you all get married before or after all of this?
After all of this. After treatment was done.
All right, let's go from there, sir. You want to tell me anything else before we get to the car regarding your marriage and how that went?
Well, Your Honor, we thought that, with us getting married, that it would help grow a better bond between us. We lasted about 3 months-ish, and it wasn't because of the drugs this time. It was because of the foundation of our relationship. It was already destroyed, and so we would...
Because of the drugs of the
Because
past?
of the drugs and this stuff that we did to each other, and we would fight and argue about it, get down each other's necks, be jealous of each other and whatnot, and...
This is once you get into your right mind. When you all were on crystal meth and addicted, none of that stuff mattered. It was all about the drug. You didn't even notice.
You're right,
all
Your
of that.
Honor. And
By the
that
time
drug
you
is
get
horrible.
clean, you see the real person, and you don't like the real person. Now that you're clean, you say, I don't like this person. I liked him when he was a dope fiend with me, because we was getting high all day. That was the only real mutual connection. Now that we're clean, well, there's no connection. This guy isn't the same guy. We're not compatible. This woman isn't the type of woman I want. So boom, that's what happened. I got that. The car you're suing her about, how does she owe you for that? This must have been purchased before the marriage?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, it's not marital property, because you can't sue for marital property, because marital property is joint property. So this is something you purchased before you were married.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me how that went.
Well, Your Honor, I had a 2001 Dodge Intrepid. I had the vehicle for around 6 months. At the whole time of me owning the car, her and I were dating. Around April 9th of 2012, she had broken off with me earlier that day, come to find out because she wanted to be with another guy, probably because he wasn't wanting to settle down. He was still in his part of life as well. So, so I took my car because it was my vehicle, and she called me later that evening wanting to, basically saying, I want to make things right, let's talk.
So what happened to the car?
Well, about a week later, after she had stolen the car from me, I get a call from my cousin saying that Bedina was in a wreck with the car, and it's
She totaled it, and you've never
car.
been reimbursed, and you paid how much?
I paid $2,000 for the car.
Ma'am, let me hear from you on the car.
Well, first of all, both our names were on the title. I did put money into the car.
How
Honor.
much?
$300.
Sir, did she put 300 in?
No, Your Honor. She maybe paid $100 towards the car itself, and the rest...
On what terms?
To pay the vehicle off. I had like $100 left on the vehicle, and she paid for the insurance as well. That's why she's saying $300, because my insurance premium was
And
up.
was there an agreement regarding ownership interest when you were paying this, ma'am? What did you view it as, a gift or interest in the car?
Interest in the car. Because
All right,
we were
you all
together.
discussed that, huh?
Yes, sir.
And what interest were you to get for $300?
Well, I considered the other
out of a $2,000
$200.
car.
I mean, I understand that. You're right. But when the car was put also in my name.
No. You all had an agreement.
Well, we agreed that, look, that's partially my car. You know,
Right,
that's why
what part?
The spare key. That's how I got the
Oh,
car.
there you go.
That's how I
You
took
gave
it
her the
from
spare
him.
key, right? Well, you got your part. If you got the
she
spare
had the
key.
spare key, and
Well, that's what she said was hers. You give her a spare key?
well,
you still have it?
I didn't myself
You
hand
got
it
what
to her.
you
She
wanted.
took it under her own.
So I'll grant you $1,700. You wanted $2,000. I'm subtracting the $300 she put into it and granting you the balance. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm just glad the issue is resolved. What was rightfully mine is coming to me, and I'm very thankful for that. I can put this down to rest now and hopefully move on with my life.
I'll see you in divorce court. That's all I got to say.
I'll see you there.